Alright YouTube, what is happening? Doing a video today on these two guns right here. These are two big competitors in the marketplace right now. And one of these is the Sig 365, which has been my EDC for a little while now. Been carrying it for, I don't know, a couple months probably. And recently got the 43X. Now this is actually technically a 48. Here's the 48 slide. I bought a 43 upper, which you can then put on top of, or not on top, just put on the frame of the 48, and it gives you a 43X, and you get basically two guns in one. So I've got the 48 if I want to carry that and throw that slide on there, which the finish, I don't love the finish. I'll show you. I mean, look at this. It's dirty. It needs to be cleaned, but I don't love this finish because of how much. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's pretty nasty. So I need to clean it. It'll wipe off, but it tracks so much crap on it all the time. So I also didn't love the longer barrel. I tried. I mean, actually, I love it when shooting it. It's awesome, but when actually carrying the gun, it was uncomfortable in the appendix carry position for me. It's just too long of a barrel. It's making the holster too long. So I ended up getting a 43 upper for a really good price. Yeah, that's not coming off just by wiping. I'm going to have to spray it down. So I slapped it on there, and now I have the typical Glock finish in black. Obviously, it's going to hide a lot more. And I've still got the 43 or the 48 grip. So I picked this up. I did a trade actually for the 48, and I've been loving this gun. And decided to get the 43 slide to try it out, and I shoot it just as well as the 48, surprisingly. I've always shot the 43 well. I've had a 43 before, but you know, the 43 had the smaller grip, and I was always putting those +2 extensions on there, so you basically get the same grip as a 19 on here, but with a slimmer profile. So anyway, so I decided recently to compare these two guns and kind of shoot them side by side and do some drills with them out of the holster, reloads, etc. And I'll roll in some footage here. I've got quite a bit of footage of me training with both of these guns. And I'll tell you the one reason, and I have nothing against the 365, I actually love it. Mine has been, these guns are safe, by the way. They both have mags in them, but they're safe. I've had no issues with my 365. I think I've had one malfunction, and that was due to ammo. I attested to the ammo, not to the actual gun. But one malfunction in about 1,000 rounds. Not quite 1,000, but pretty close to. I'm probably more in the 800 plus range. So let's call it, we'll call it 850. It's probably more than that, but I've kind of stopped counting lately. But in this gun, and I've had zero problems. I haven't had any issues. It doesn't have like the magazine scrape issue you can see here on all of my mags. I've got a bunch of mags for it. None of them have that. I've had some striker drag, but nothing out of the norm, really, that's noticed anything to me. I shoot the gun well. It's very accurate. I like the trigger. It's got a nice, I like the trigger. It feels spongier on dry fire, but when you're actually firing it, but it's got a pretty short reset. It's a nice little trigger. The grip is a little small, especially with the 10-round mag. I typically would carry it with the pinky extension mag, and even then, found the grip is just about right. But I preferred the grip with a 12-round mag. So I would carry it sometimes like this, but I have a little bit more issues printing. What the heck's going on? There we go. With this, but not really bad. Not an appendix carry anyway. But when you compare these two side by side with the 12-round mag, they're about the same length. The 43X, we'll call it, is going to be a little longer in the barrel, but as far as the grip's concerned, they're about the same. So you do get 2 more rounds though, so there's some advantages to the Sig. I'd say the big reason why I'm switching the guns is I shoot both of them very well, and I really like the larger grip on the 48, or we're going to call it the 43X. I can keep calling it that. It technically is a 48 frame, but just for simplicity, 43X is, I love this grip. I like this grip. I like it better. It feels better in my hand. I can get out of the holster faster. But the big #1 reason, and you'll see this in the footage, of why I'm switching my EDC to the 43X from the 365 is this right here. That is the mag release. Okay, so right now drops free, no problem, right? But as you'll see in the footage, I had many times where the mag release was just really hard for me to manipulate. I don't know what it was. It's probably the smaller grip on the gun, not having huge hands. I have medium-sized hands. So you think a gun like this would be perfect for me, but I had a hard time manipulating this. And you can see it right now. And what would happen is this. See where that butt of the magazine is just hitting my hand? It would get stuck. So you had to train yourself to really kind of flip it. And this gun is freaking so easy. Like, ridiculous. The magazine release is huge compared to the SIGs. Huge. Look at the difference of that size of that. This is just the stock Glock mag release, by the way. This is the stock SIG. The pressure to push is easier on the Glock as well than the SIG, and it's just a lot bigger and easier for my thumb to hit, and the reloads were way faster on this gun. Now, obviously, don't want to get into a gunfight ever if I don't have to, but if I do have to do some sort of reload and I train for those things, I want something that's going to be easy. I mean, look how fast that flies out of there. It's just crazy. Whereas the SIG, like, sometimes it works good and sometimes it doesn't. So I found myself getting caught on it a few times where it just wasn't a very fast reload, especially compared to the 48. 43X, oh my gosh. Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. I'll just call it the Glock. But I did upgrade the sights on the 43X to the Hackathorn sights from Mariglow, which I like better. It's just a blacked out rear with an orange front, then it has tritium. The SIG comes with the night sights. It has the front green and then the black back rear. And honestly, these don't glow terribly bad in the light, so they're pretty good. But I do prefer the orange to the green. It just stands out more to me. So but the biggest reason, and you'll see in the training footage, is the reason why I'm switching my EDC is because of this, because of the mag release. It just doesn't work very well for me. I don't know what it is, and I keep saying for me because it may work perfect for you, and a lot of people are going to be like, there's nothing wrong with the mag release, you're not doing it right, there's no training. Well, and you're right, I've trained a lot with this pistol, and I just keep coming back to that issue. Whereas the 43X has zero issue for me. I can perform a reload so seamlessly and easy, and it's super fast. So, and the mags just drop out faster. It's weird because they're lighter weight. You would think could be something to do with the mag well, I don't know. But just easier and simpler for me to perform a reload on the Glock. So that's why, for me, I shoot both of them well. I like both guns quite a bit. They're both accurate. They're both easy to carry, lightweight, slim. The 365 is obviously a little shorter, but carrying the two, I didn't notice a difference with this slide. With the 48 slide, it was a big difference, but with the 43 slide, not a big deal. I mean, you're talking that much difference, which isn't a ton. So, yeah. I am switching, and nothing wrong with the SIG. It's actually been a really good gun, and I really like it, and I definitely would recommend it. If someone said, hey, do you recommend this 365? I'd say yes, but handle that. Check out the mag release. I do like the texturing on the grip a lot better on the SIG than on the Glock, but that can be fixed with stippling or some Talon grips or something. But this hasn't had any issues. I haven't had any issues with it falling on my hand or anything when doing drills. It friggin' works, man. It's great. I really, really dig it. I think a lot of I'll tell you, when the 48 and the 43X came out, I was so skeptical. I was like, what is the point of that? You just made the small gun of the 43 into like a big gun. But now I get it. You don't really get it unless you try it, and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's really a good gun. I think it's what the 43 should have been the entire time. Now, the big kicker that I mentioned before in another video when I was shooting the 48 is there's a company making 15-round flush magazines, Shield Arms, coming out this summer, I believe. They're in tooling right now, and they're going to be all metal mags instead of plastic, and they're going to be 15 rounds flush fit. So same fit as this, and there's a video on their Instagram of them shooting them with 15 rounds in the chamber, in the mag. That's insane. Like, that is game-changing, even over this 12-round mag, right? So, looking forward to that. For now, the 10s work just fine. I carried 2 of these, 21 rounds, with one in the chamber. I should not have any issues. If I do, then I'm in real trouble. But that's my reasoning, guys. Check out the footage. It kind of speaks for itself. We'll roll that in and we'll come back. Stay tuned. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is just practice drawing from the holster, from the Appendix. This is a new style of carry for me. Got my McKinney-Tech holster here, excellent holsters. I've got a discount code, but you probably can't hear me very well, so I'll say it later. But I'm going to basically have 2 rounds in the pistol and 2 rounds in a spare mag. I'm going to draw shoot, reload, shoot. Just to see how it is drawing from the Appendix. I've been practicing dry firing, but never live fire, so this is my first live fire. So here goes. I'm not timing or anything, just practice. This is new skill, practicing. So. That was slow. I don't like the 10-round flush fit mag. It's hard to get it out of the holster. So that's all new to me. Just practicing, training. I'm not using a ton of ammo. 4 shots. You know, do it over and over again, probably go through 50 rounds and get a lot of practice in. So. Alright, so I got the Glock 48 out today, but it's sporting a Glock 43 slide. So essentially I have a 43X, even though that's technically a 43 upper. Same grip as the 18 and the 43X, but the 43 upper, so really nice modularity. This is probably how I'm going to carry this gun. I tried carrying the G48 with the longer barrel, and I didn't find it very comfortable, so I'm going to try this out. As you'd expect from Glock, 100% reliability. I tell you, I still 100% love the mag release on the Glock 40, well, the Glock period. Should have one more mag, where is it? Over the Sig 365. Just so much easier to manipulate, so much easier to release the mag. Alright, so I got the Sig mags loaded down. Wow, how many rounds is in here? Had a round get stuck in the chamber. Let's try that again. See, I've got a 10-round mag here somewhere. Yeah, I just have a hard time with this mag release. Look at it. I mean, I'm like, it's probably because, well, obviously it's smaller, but the handle's smaller in the gun, so I don't know. That one was a good drop, so I don't know, just a personal preference. I find it easier on the Glock. On the reloads, for sure. All right, we're gonna do a couple more with the 43X. That was funny. I didn't even go for this mag. I went for the mag in my back pocket. Why, I don't know. I have these 511 jeans that I've been wearing forever, and they've got that mag pocket. It's kind of funny. shot timer just to test that, but I just feel like it's faster. I'll go back and watch the footage, but I just feel like that mag just drops faster, the mag's bigger, get a faster reload. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys, I think after shooting both guns, and especially in this kind of drill and from the holster and performing reloads, I think the 43X 48 is just a better gun for me than the Sig. Alright guys, so as you can see, I just do better with the 43X. It's just easier for me. It's a me thing. I understand that. It's not going to be everyone. You might find the other one better, but for me it makes a big difference, and that's why I'm switching my EDC to this. Same holster that I used on the 365 for Appendix carry, the McKinnon holster. I did a review on both of these holsters. I actually sent it in to him because it was for the 48, so it was longer, and he shaved it down and trimmed it down so it fits the 43 slide, and now it's perfect. In fact, I think it's even a little bit shorter than the Sig. It's really close. Let me take the gun out in the mag. I've got that adjustment. I've got that retention set really tight right now. It's wider this way, but length like this way that's in your pants, I think it is a little bit shorter. It's hard to see from this angle, but this is a little bit taller now than this holster, which, yeah, there we go. There you can see it. So this one's a little wider, but this one's shorter. And the shortness is what really, the shortness really helps when you're carrying Appendix, at least for me, for my body type and my body shape, and I'm 5'9". It really makes a difference. So make sure you check out McKinnon holsters. I have a discount code, 15% off any order. This multicam fabric is awesome. I did it with an OD green back. And then on the Sig, I had the carbon fiber with the red. I thought that looked really hot. These are fantastic holsters. I have never carried Appendix until just the last few weeks, and I have 100% on board with carrying Appendix now. But the holster is a huge, huge part of that. So make sure if you're going to do it, you get a quality holster, and I definitely recommend the McKinnon holsters. They're awesome. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video on why I changed my EDC to the Glock 43X. Any questions or comments, leave them down below. See you next time.